Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. November 16th, 2018. In an absolutely scathing article in the New York Times, it found that Facebook had faced a torrent of scandals over misinformation and handling of data privacy, drawing a global backlash for the handling of these issues. It found that Facebook knew about the Russian interference before the 2016 elections. Its leadership squirmed over Russian meddling. The company was not prepared for it. The bottom line was that Facebook attacked those who reported this message, and the company stock price suffered greatly for it. Next, in an article in Corporate Compliance Insights, it finds 5 ways organizations can benefit from machine learning. These ways include tracking global regulatory obligations, expectations, and control requirements across boundaries. 2, monitoring specific compliance requirements. 3, identify contracts affected by large rule changes. 4, automate data collection. And 5, facilitate faster and more accurate compliance research. The bottom line is that by using machine learning, compliance practitioners can get a handle on many issues. Next, in our Goldman Sachs report of the day, yet again, we find that the company is attempting to paint its former partner Tim Leiser, as a rogue employee. The question is, can only a few Goldman employees be responsible for 1MDB violations, or is it just that the company lost its way? A partnership at Goldman is one of the most coveted positions on Wall Street, so labeling high-level managers such as partners uncontrolled rogues may not play well with DOJ prosecutors. Obviously, we will have to continue to follow this story as it has many implications, both for FCPA and general corporate law. Finally, in an article that does not deal directly with compliance, corruption, or business ethics, still, I found it very interesting for the compliance audience that would be listening to this podcast. It's an article about Chinese businesses and the U.S. fight for influence, particularly in Africa, around the Chinese-led model of infrastructure building. China has had a lot of setbacks in this program, one of which is that it had alleged to have engaged in widespread bribery and corruption to obtain contracts for these infrastructure projects. The bribery and corruption led to substandard building, and with regime change in many African countries, it's become clear that they are not satisfied with these Chinese offerings. It's another way of saying that you can beat bribery and corruption in the marketplace by having a superior product and service. This is Tom Fox. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Daily Compliance News. And I hope you will check back every day as I go through some of the top stories. Once again, if this is a series that you enjoy or like or you find useful, I hope you will let me know as I consider whether I will move this forward into 2019. Please give me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com, or you can leave a comment on any of the sites where I list this podcast. Thanks again, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for the Daily Compliance News.